Hello, my name is cookies.dll. I've been playing Counter-Strike for 7 years. I'd like to say I'm pretty decent at the game, and I'm able to spot cheaters when they're somewhat obvious. I have a case here, one of the friends that I've queued up with, Supreme. There was a clip that I took that looked very suspicious, and I even make the comment on that in the clip. I didn't really think anything of it, but later when I took a peek at it, it sent me down a rabbit hole where I started doing an investigation on him to see if he actually was cheating. I later downloaded a couple games that we played together, and I watched through the GOTV, and what my findings are can sometimes be taken for a grain of salt, but also there's some pretty obvious things in my opinion, and I will point out why they are obvious, that he is using some sort of wall hack / wall exploit, X-ray, or whatever you want to call it. Now, this first clip shows what I like to say is a aim assist, although the rest of the clips that I've seen don't show any type of aim assist that I could find, mostly walls. I will play the clip in my video editor. It has audio to it. The rest of the audio is not there for most of the clips because I will be commenting over it, but I will just let this play out and see what you think. Last guy, he's got an M4 by the way, this guy. What the, okay, what the fuck was that?
What just happened?
That looked like lock on. This guy. This guy. Now, I took that clip because I noticed that looked very strange. As you can tell, or at least I hope you can, when I showed it to my friends too, that it seemed as his crosshair was tracking the player. I will go frame by frame here. You can see that the CT is pushing out, and just as he's somewhat out, it snaps right there. It snaps. Yes, that could be a mouse movement, who knows, but it snaps right to head level. And also, it starts following the player at the same exact speed that the CT is moving. And then he shoots and gets the kill. Now here's the thing. Counter-Strike isn't always accurate with what you see compared to what the other person sees. Also, sometimes shots can hit when sometimes it seems like they shouldn't. So this clip right here can be taken for a grain of salt. No idea whether it's aim lock, no idea whether it's just being weird. In my opinion, I don't know, a little strange. But it sent me down a rabbit hole, which made me find more evidence. Now here is where we get to the walls. I believe that he is walling here, and I will explain why. I will play the clip. So as you can see, he gets a frag. Might not look like anything happened there, right? It kind of looks legit. But let me explain why this is very, very strange. I play this map a lot, and I've played a lot of Counter-Strike. And also, I like to hold my angles when I peek things. And let me show you this. He runs up along with his knife out. This whole area is not even cleared. He didn't even clear this area. All he can tell is that it's empty here, but he doesn't know if anyone's here. He doesn't know if anyone's over there or over here. He's just nonchalantly running with his knife out, doesn't even care, pulls his gun out to not even check Fountain. He doesn't even check Fountain at all. All he's doing is checking where this person is right there. That's the only position he cares about. And as you can tell, you can see him hesitate. You can see him hesitate, like he knows that someone's there. He's taking a nice peek there and starts getting the pick on this guy, throwing him off guard and eventually getting the kill. He does not even clean this place out to see if anyone's there. He doesn't even check anywhere over in park over here. The only place that he checks is where this guy is. Very, very strange. And you'll see that a lot in these clips. Next clip. Little bit of context on this one here. It is first round still on the same map, same game. Context behind this is right here, as you can see, Prince killed Vermia. Vermia was in connector and Prince was in connector. We have intel that someone is in connector. So let me play the clip. Alright, to the average viewer, that might not seem too strange, but let me explain to you why it is. So we know that someone was connector, and there he is, he's dead connector. He did die connector. The person who was in connector is dead now, so we know connector is clear, and we knew that someone was in connector. But let me explain to you why this is very strange. So, he pushes through bathroom, and look at this. And this guy here, Nady G, he's holding this angle. He's watching party or mid or whatever, or holding some kind of angle. And look at Supreme. He walks out of here like no one even exists over here. He doesn't even care about his angles. All he does is push into connector, right? If I were playing it, I would have checked those angles out. Now watch this though. He goes in connector and doesn't even hold any of this angle really. He just barely even peeks it and immediately checks this angle right here. And he aggressively peeks into connector and only looks in this one spot where that guy is and only hesitates. Let me rephrase that. Only hesitates when he's about to peek that guy. Look how sloppy he is everywhere else, right? Not too like just carefree pushing in, but only gets tense as soon as he knows that there's a guy there. Very, very weird. Let's move on to the next clip. This one is nuts. This is on Nuke. He's gonna push outside. I'll play the clip and then explain why it is crazy later. As you can see there, he was trained on that guy like a dog. So let me rewind here a little bit. So he's gonna push outside on Nuke. He's holding this angle and immediately starts holding to this guy here with a scout and is always trained on this guy. Very, very strange. But let's look at it even deeper, right? If you're gonna push outside on Nuke, why are you looking towards this way first? You should be looking here, watching out for nades and people pushing. CTs can push to this area pretty darn quick on Nuke. But watch this. Look, he's not even holding this angle here. He's not even checking this angle. He doesn't care. He knows no one's there. He doesn't even check over here. He doesn't even check by this area or this area anymore. He comes out here, it gets smoked off. If it gets smoked off, he's still holding it. Why? If it gets smoked off and this area is clear, I would move my mouse over here and check over here, or get in this corner and take a nice little peek over here. He's still holding it while it's smoked. Look, still on the guy. Alright, so this next clip takes us on Mirage. Now, this match, we were actually going against a cheater, and we lost the game. The cheater that was on the other team was this guy right here, Shinra. He was blatantly cheating. Very, very blatant. Now, why do I bring this up, and why does it matter according to what I'm talking about? Well, this is the match that I downloaded that I found the most suspicious things going on with our guy here, Supreme, who we're talking about. Now, this could be because since he knew he was cheating, the guy on the other team, Shinra, that Supreme decided, well, the only way to win against that is to cheat a little harder myself. But this clip here is on the second round of Mirage, and I will explain why it seems a little strange, but later on you'll see that in another clip he does the same thing, but it's even more strange. Alright, not too bad, right? To me, this doesn't look too crazy. Although, we were on a save round, we didn't have much, and he kind of baited his teammate. And the way that he is slowly peeking out and being quiet, like waiting for him to push in possibly to get the kill, seems a little weird. And then he sees Shiku here, his teammate, push up and decides to use him as bait. So as soon as he goes down, then he goes and gets the kill. Now, yeah, that's a pretty good trade and not that suspicious. I wouldn't really take or find this to be weird. But this next clip here shows that it really is weird and is most likely the same thing that he did in this first clip here. And I will play this clip out for you. Alright, so as you can see, very similar thing that happened last time. But let me explain to you why this is obvious of a cheat and a wall hack. And you might be thinking, well, the other round, there was someone there, so he's going to expect someone to be there too. And yes, you're correct. But let me say to you that this is a wall hack. And let me tell you why. So he's holding that same angle as he was last time. Makes sense, right? There was someone that was in that area that one round, so he's probably going to expect someone to be here, right? Makes sense. But right here, right? No, right here. Let me explain to you why this is very strange in these frames right here. There is an AWP on the other team. Someone on the other team has an AWP. Where is a spot on Mirage that AWPers like to go on CT side? Well, you would say Sniper's Nest, and you would be right. And where is Sniper's Nest close to? Sniper's Nest is close to jungle. People on CT, the three most common spots people like to go when they have an AWP on CT is snipers, jungle, and stairs. Those are the most common spots that you will find someone on CT with an AWP. And he, Supreme, does not care about checking those angles. Look at this. Jungle, wide open. He's not even peeking it. He doesn't know if anyone's there or not. He's not even checking it because why? He does not care. He knows no one's there. Then right here, look. His shoulder is open to stairs where an AWP could be. He does not even check it. Why? Because he knows no one is there and he does not care. He's only holding the angle where he knows someone is, which is this guy, Montana. And he's pre-aiming it and he gets the frag, right? Nice pre-aim. His crosshair was in the right spot, whatever. But he probably was using walls and seeing where he was and holding his crosshair head level, right? Makes sense. Like, this doesn't seem like a sus kill until you take into consideration map knowledge and where people could be. He does not check any angles besides the one that someone is there. He doesn't care at all. He only goes for the people that he can see and only checks the angles that he knows people are in. Very, very weird. And that's why I find this first clip here where he baits his teammate to be very weird too, because, well, he probably knows that this guy's there too, and it shows when he peeks this. Very, very weird. Does not check any angles at all. Let's move on to the next clip. This clip is on the same match later on in the game. Now, Supreme needs to do a retake, so he's rotating from A through jungle to get to site. But I will play this out and explain to you why this is extremely blatant, in my opinion. Alright. Very, very, very weird. And let me explain to you. So, he knows that there are people on B because bomb is planted B. Now watch when he walks in to market. He checks this angle here. Makes sense, right? So he clears out a little bit of deep into market. But he's very lazily checking this corner here. Why is his mouse and cursor not over here checking the hard part? He's like checking in the middle. He's not checking over here. Very weird. It's almost as if, in my opinion, that he was looking at this guy trying to get intel of where he was. But who knows, his mouse could have just coincidentally been there. But he's not really checking over here too well. It looks like he's pretending to, I guess you could say. Now, he comes in here, and his mouse movement isn't really good at all. It seems like he just lazily moves his mouse over to the left and doesn't hold this angle at all. He just completely passes it by. And look at the first angle that he checks is this one here. He waits for that guy. Now, yes, this is a very common spot, but taking into consideration how lazy he was holding stuff and holding angles, pushing into market, but only holds the angle that he knows someone's in is very, very strange. Now watch this. Then he holds this angle, immediately, look, locks onto that guy's head. Perfect timing, perfect hold, right? He's now, again, like I said, holding an angle where he only knows someone is. He doesn't care about any other angle except for where someone is. Now, this next clip is pretty nuts. I will play it out and explain why again later. Alright, didn't seem too sus, right? It was the beginning of the round, and he slowly and sneakily pushes up to Palace. And yes, he got flashed, so he knows that people are most likely around this area. And he also probably, too, heard the terrorist in apartments. But look at this, though, right? He pushes out and pre-fires this guy right here and gets the kill. Now, after he gets the kill, he immediately goes to pick up the Galil. He does not clear out the rest of Palace. He does not care. You know why? Because he only knows one is in Palace. How does he know that? Because he's walling. He doesn't care about these angles. He knows no one's here anymore. If that were me, I would slowly taken control of Palace and most likely flanked around or taken control of Palace, then walked back over here to take control of A main where they're pushing out. Also, watch this right here, watch. So he's on this guy's head just about, and look at this, he starts shooting right there. He doesn't even see the guy yet, okay? Yeah, that's how people pre-aim and pre-shoot. It makes sense, right? But it doesn't make sense to me why he doesn't clear the rest of Palace out. And here's the last clip here, where it's very similar to the one where he got to kill Palace with a pre-fire. Beginning of the round. See? To me, this is strange, because he doesn't clear Palace out. He just gets a kill and then runs away. Now, here's the thing. He did get a kill that once in Palace, so he probably knows someone might also be there again, you know, because people like to repeat things that they do. But look how lazily he's holding this compared to last time. and he overcompensates his mouse to where this guy is. He's not even checking over here. He doesn't care. He's only holding this angle. Look at that. Look at that. And then gets the kill on this guy. And what's crazy too is after he gets the kill, he does the exact same thing. He doesn't clear the rest of Palace out. He doesn't care about Palace. Now he does see this guy here, which makes him push back into Palace and reload. If you're reloading in a place that you haven't cleared out, that is pretty bold. That means you got balls. That means that that area should be clear, but he hasn't cleared it. He only killed this one guy and hasn't cleared it at all. He doesn't know if anyone else is there. That is very, very strange. Very strange. Well, I'm cookies.dll, and this has been the investigation that I've done on our friend here, Supreme. In my opinion, I believe that he is using wall cheats. To me, this is pretty obvious. It's up for you to decide as well yourself. Let me know why you think he is or isn't, or if you see anything else that I haven't. But this to me is pretty concrete evidence of using some sort of wall exploit.